Hello and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be showing you how to make Tom Yum rice noodle soup. Now there's quite a lot of steps to making this dish, which is why most people in Thailand would just buy it at a street vendor, rather than spend the time and effort making it themselves. However, for those of us outside of Thailand, sacrifices will need to be made in order to get a good bowl of noodle soup. This recipe is hot and sour, meaty and filling, and it's the perfect comfort food. In this recipe we've used store-bought fish balls, but you could make them yourself. I'll link to our recipe for fish balls at the end of this video. So on screen now are the ingredients. As always, check out our blog post for full details on these ingredients. I'll link to that in the description box just below this video. And on screen now are the ingredients on the right for the garnishing and on the left for the seasoning. Here we've given you guideline amounts to use, but you could just adjust these depending on your own taste. Okay, so let's get started. First, soak 100 grams of thin rice noodles in some cold water so that the noodles are completely submerged. Then add 1 litre of water to a pot and put in 2 carrots which have been cut into halves, half a teaspoon of peppercorn, 2 tablespoons of coriander stalks, 1 tablespoon of palm sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 pork stock cube. Heat on a high heat until the soup begins to boil, then lower to a medium heat and allow the soup to simmer whilst we prepare the noodles. So next bring some water to the boil, then add the 100 grams of thin rice noodles that we soaked and boil them until they're cooked. Once the noodles are done, coat a bowl with about half a teaspoon of fried garlic oil and then spoon in a portion of the noodles. 100 grams of noodles should yield you 2 portions. So then mix in the noodles with the fried garlic oil, as doing this will help to stop the noodles from sticking to the bowl. So once the noodles are portioned out, add 1 cup of fish balls to the boiling water and cook them until they're ready. You'll know that they're done once they begin to float, so once they are cooked, scoop them out and place half in each bowl of noodles. Now add 100 grams of sliced pork to the soup broth that we've been simmering and allow it just to cook for a few minutes in the broth. And once it's cooked, add half of the pork to each of the 2 bowls of noodles. Then just add in half a cup of bean sprouts to each bowl of noodles. And then we're ready to make our seasoning, so add 1 tablespoon of crushed peanuts, 1 tablespoon of chili flakes, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, half a tablespoon of vinegar that has had chili pickled in it, 1 tablespoon of lime juice, half a tablespoon of dried cabbage and 1 tablespoon of sugar to a bowl, and then just set the bowl aside. Next add about 1 ladleful of the soup broth that has been simmering to a saucepan and heat it on a high heat, and then cook 100 grams of minced pork in the soup broth. And then just pour the cooked minced pork along with the ladleful of broth that we cooked it in into the bowl of seasoning that we prepared earlier and just give it a good stir. Then add about 2 ladles of the soup broth to each bowl of noodles. When adding the broth, make sure that you sieve it first so that none of the bits get into your bowl. We are just interested in the broth itself. Once that's done, pour over the seasoning sauce with minced pork that we just made. Again, add half to each bowl of noodles. And then last but not least, garnish your noodle soup with as much fried garlic oil, spring onion, and coriander as you like, and then serve and enjoy. So we hope you enjoyed this noodle soup recipe. If you did and you would like to see more, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're releasing new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So thanks once again for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again on the next video.